If you're gonna go hunting and fishing, you know your four just may not do. You need a Chevy to get you out there and to bring you back when you're through. Good morning, and happy tape days on now at your local Chevy dealer. I have too much hair to be wearing a headset. Hi, welcome back. Hope y'all had a good weekend. It's good to be here for broadcast 150 of Golden VCR. I skipped Saturday's stream because I was feeling a little bit in a rut, just in general, and I wanted to get out of the house. So I went for a nice hike. It was great. And now I'm back and I feel refreshed and ready to put on a National Geographic tape and walk away like a substitute teacher. I think it's time for this one. This is like the best of National Geographic. I believe it's highlights from, oh look, there's Jane Goodall on the back. Highlights from some of their most famous programs. We also have, I grabbed a couple others off of the shelf. We got the Dr. Power Wagon, or the DR Power Wagon, I'm not sure. It's revolutionary. And we got cute pets. So hopefully there's something in there for everybody. How about National Geographic? I know, it's revolutionary. It looks exciting. Low key. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Probably. My approach to streaming is, I think, pretty low key. More low key than the average. I don't like forced excitement. Sometimes I'm excited, but only when I actually am excited. And really, you can only get so excited about watching 3 or 4 videotapes in a row. We have several National Geographics that we have not watched. I actually was just looking at the drawer of them, and I noticed we have Shark Encounters, and we also have The Sharks. So when the next time there's a Shark Week, a National Shark Week holiday, we're pretty set. But we've watched a lot of these, and we've been hanging on to great moments with National Geographic. Yeah, get hype, man! Power Wagon time! I love pets! Everybody love pets? You love pets? I love pets! They're so cute, pets! Oh shit, this isn't Rewound. Well, let's do that. When I was first toying with the idea of doing the stream format, one of the things I talked about was what if I had a bit incentive where there was a little meter on the screen, and if people cheered, it filled up, and then as long as that meter was full, I had to have fake streamer energy. Is that just what a hype train is supposed to be if you're a real Twitch streamer? Hey, hammer time! Can't top this! Cheese Hammer! Good morning, everybody. Good morning to Cheese Hammer. Cheese Hammer coming in with 1,000 bits here. Thank you, Cheese Hammer. It's time to get hype with the hammer time. Can't top this! Thank you, Cheese Hammer. Let's do that real quick while this tape rewinds. Thank you, Cheese Hammer. Hammer time.
Hammer time. Oh, yeah.
I mean, guys, I do sit here and like jiggle in my chair to the same songs over and over again. There is a little bit of artifice to some of this. But I do love Hammer Time. Hey, congrats on your fever, Zelda Master. Congrats on finding the silver lining in your fever. I hope you don't die. It's a hammer thing. This tape is still demanding, so enjoy some clips that no one likes.
Prepare-se. A UBV, União Brasileira
Strap
de
in.
seus associados,
Strap in,
irão
but in
revelar a sua
Portuguese.
mais nova arma contra a pirataria. Chegou a nova fita padrão UBV.
Hey, meus
Nova fita na
amigos,
coloração,
les
desenvolvida com ultra
I can't do
pigmentação de
Portuguese,
alta
damn it.
resolução. Flat preto.
I was trying to do
Logomarca
Hype
da
Streamer, but in
distribuidora.
Portuguese, and I don't know how to do
Título
that.
do filme. Nome da distribuidora
Portuguese is
e
impossible.
CNPJ. Marca de segurança UBV, recobrindo o título. Tudo isso foi criado para assegurar ainda mais a qualidade dos produtos distribuídos pelas empresas associadas à
I love
UBV.
the sound effects.
Fita legal. Certifique-se destes princípios. Verifique estes padrões. Quem leva para casa essa garantia é você.
Se você estiver assistindo este filme em fita de cor diferente
Denounce
ou tiver
piracy.
qualquer dúvida quanto às associadas à UBV, ligue para 0800 11 39 41. Você pode estar sendo lesado e seu aparelho pode estar sendo danificado.
National Geographic. There's not that much to read on the back of this. I love how it's just a static shot of a dude standing there.
Plaid Enterprises Incorporated, bringing quality paints, mediums, stencils, and other tools to painters worldwide.
Man, I could do with some more Donna. I can only take so much Donna, but she's pretty chill every once in a while.
Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry.
Oh, good. Our tape is almost ready. For more than 25 years, National Geographic Television has thrilled audiences around the world with the highest quality documentary programs. Now let National Geographic's award-winning video collection introduce you to fascinating people, extraordinary animals, and faraway places. Jick. Okay, we don't need... Why did I record this? Oh, because it's cool.
The Winfield Collection. The nation's leading woodcraft pattern designer proudly presents Paint Like a Pro.
Get out of here. You don't even have Bear
Woodcrafting.
Chair in here. Come on. Give me a break.
800 946 34.
All right. Let's get underway here. Not shock jock enough? All right. Oh my God, spray paint like a pro? That sounds great. Observe. Well, I can't shock jock. I don't know enough. I don't have enough fart noises on my stream deck. Observe the intimate exchanges between Jane Goodall and the wild chimpanzees of Africa. Witness a giant gray whale playfully nudging a boatload of startled scientists. Come face to face with the Arctic's deadly polar bear as photographer David Heiser risks his life to get the perfect picture. Don't miss these and many more unforgettable adventures in this medley of the society's finest work. Great moments with National Geographic. So we got this is basically an hour-long promo reel for all of these different National Geographic programs, but it's like the highlights. It's the good parts. Let's check it out. Clear the tape counter. Play. Yeah, medley in a non-musical context. I guess you hear medley in a food context, too. A nice vegetable medley. For private viewing without charge of any kind. Performance in public. It's a good thing this isn't public. This tape is
to better understand
1991.
Ourselves and our future. This program is made possible by the
oil company. Yes, oil company.
Giving thought to television.
Hooray, oil companies. Oh, y'all are in for some sights and sounds today with National Geographic. The finest sights and sounds of 1991. Man, I do need a haircut. I'm not sure if I should go back to the guy who did it last time, who takes walk-ins, or attempt to go back to my old barber who doesn't respond to my texts. They're both $40. I know unresponsive barber does a really good job, and I'm not sure how the other guy's going to do. No. No, I love Haley, but she's not going to cut my hair. I get a #1 fade. I think you need a lot of barber training to do a tight fade. Just one. And the thing is, with Walk-In Guy, it's a shop with multiple barbers, so you could get a different barber every time. So you really have to trust in like the quality of the institution as a whole.
Over the years, National Geographic has taken millions of viewers to such remote places as these. The majestic Himalayas, tallest mountains on Earth. The endless expanse of the African desert. The tropical rainforest, abounding with life. Our cameras have traveled all over the planet, bringing back scenes of great beauty and following the work of explorers and scientists. One of our best-loved portraits, a 25-year story of courage and patience, began in 1960 in the rugged country on the shores of Lake Tanganyika. Jane Goodall, 4,000
Oh my
miles
God,
from
she's
home,
so young.
started her historic search for the wild chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee.
When I arrived at the Gombe Stream Reserve, I felt that at long last my childhood ambition was being realized. But when I looked at the wild and rugged mountains where the chimpanzees lived, I knew that my task was not going to be easy. The chimps very gradually came to realize that I was not dangerous after all. I shall never forget the day, after about 18 months, when, for the first time, a small group allowed me to approach and be near them. Finally, I had been accepted. I think it was one of the proudest and most exciting moments of my whole life.
Chimpanzees are as distinct from one another as are human beings, and Jane gave them names as she came to recognize them. Old Flo, with her bulbous nose and ragged ears, is matriarch of the family Jane would come to know best. At 7 weeks, infant Flint is still completely dependent on Flo. Flo's adolescent son Figgin plays with his younger sister Fifi. Even fully mature Fabian often stays with the family.
We chimpanzee.
Ever since Flint's birth, his sister Fifi has been fascinated by the baby. Repeatedly, she tries to touch and groom him. The older chimps, less interested in babies, tend to ignore Flint. But Fifi is persistent, actually trying to take the infant from Flo.
Chimps are scary because they are so like us.
Of her newborn, Flo is never rough with
but
Fifi.
Also
when
they're
she's had
different.
enough, she simply walks off, leaving Fifi looking rather frustrated.
Like socially and temperamentally, there are
The
other
rainy
apes like
season
bonobos
brings
that are
the
closer to
flight of
humans.
Fertile winged termites as they leave their nests to establish new colonies. For chimp and baboon
There is a
alike,
folly
they
in
are
over
tasty
anthropomorphizing animals, even if
But
they look like us.
baboons can
Like a
only
chimp will
capture
rip you
the
in
termites
half just for
outside the
fun.
nest as the swarms emerge and fly. When they have gone and worker termites have resealed the nest, the baboons will move on. But the chimps not only know termites are there, hidden below the surface, they have learned how to get at them.
Those are some big, juicy termites. See, I feel like
their nest, the termites grip onto
hype
the grass.
Twitch streamer energy would not
With
be a
utmost
good
care,
fit for this
the
sort of
chimp
thing.
gently draws
Oh
them
my
out.
God, man! Look at all that. He's eating those termites. Those look good, man.
As a stem
You ever
becomes
eat termites?
The chimp breaks off the end to make it work more efficiently.
Look at that idiot. He's got grass. Why don't he
Sometimes
just
a
use
leafy
like
twig is
a
selected,
car
but first
to
it
drive
must
to
be
McDonald's?
stripped of its leaves.
Idiot.
In these actions, modifying natural objects for a specific purpose, the chimp is not only using, but actually making tools.
Hey man, look at these chimps over here. That's
This
that
is
little
a
baby.
learned behavior passed from generation to generation by watching and imitation. Flint does not yet know how to fish for termites, but already he imitates part of Flo's technique.
Oh, he is
Jane's proof
very cute.
that chimps make and use tools would rock the scientific world.
I think I would have to do it, Alabama.
Used to be considered a hallmark of the human species. When Louis Leakey first heard about tool using at Gombe,
Yo, man, Louis Leakey, let's go!
now we have to redefine man, redefine tool, or include chimpanzees with humans.
A chimpanzee brain will never design a computer.
They called him Louis Leakey because he always had to wear them
durable tool
Depends.
chipped from stone. But his brain is more similar to our own than is that of any other living creature. And surely it was thus that our distant human ancestors began, learning to master the natural world in the constant struggle to survive.
Deep in the jungles of Borneo, another leaky protege, Birut Goldakos, worked for over a decade studying the wild orangutan and rehabilitating captive young orphans for return to a life in the wild. The orangutan, mentally equipped for a treetop life demanding quickened reflexes, depth perception, and critical judgment, evolved a complex brain, and with it curiosity, and the beginning of a simple deductive reasoning.
I love his tartan shorts. Okay, this is just Looney Tunes now, and I kind of love it. Oh, we're on to gorillas.
High in the Virunga Mountains of equatorial Africa, another leaky disciple, Diane Fossey, devoted 15 years to the study and
How many leaky disciples are there?
Mountain gorilla.
Her years of painstaking observation in Rwanda would dispel the age-old myths and reveal to the world the shy, unaggressive creature she came to know so well.
These do appear to be in...
Ever closer to the animals.
They appear in the same order that they're listed on the back of the box.
One to be the most gentle and trusting of all.
So you can take a look at the website if you want to see a program guide.
A great deal of time near me was Digit. And I think it is because he has no peers within his group that he was so attracted to me.
I have some oatmeal
He was very
upstairs.
curious and always very anxious to
Please
come
enjoy this
forward
tape.
and investigate things like the cameras, thermoses, notebooks, or gloves.
On December 31st, 1977, Fossey's world would be forever changed. Her beloved Digit was dead, killed and beheaded by poachers. The harmless, gentle Digit had been slain for his head and hands, sold to a trader for the equivalent of $20.
Sequestered in this inaccessible universe, the giant panda was revealed to the Western world only 100 years ago. Today, it remains mysterious and enigmatic. So little is known about the giant panda that baffling questions about it are yet to be resolved. How much does it eat? How far does it travel? How much space does it require? But the most nagging question of all, can it survive? For the giant panda is one of the most endangered species on Earth. In China, there have been 31 zoo births. Here at the Chengdu Zoo, 6-month-old Jin Jin is one of their latest successes. Perhaps he is a harbinger of some brighter future when no more pandas will be taken from the wild for zoos, and captive bred pandas might even be released into the wild.
Oh no, was there sad?
National Geographic cameras traveled to Australia, land of eternal mystery. Long before the time of man, there appeared here creatures among the most bizarre on Earth.
Well, now we get fun Australian
They are so
lizards.
unlike other animals.
Please
that
enjoy the
many
lizards.
early European explorers could hardly believe they were real. In the frozen tundra of the Canadian Arctic, domain of the polar bear, we filmed a daring attempt to get close to the large and deadly carnivore.
National Geographic freelance still photographer David Heiser hopes to get exciting eye-level pictures of interaction among the bears. This is a unique experiment. No one knows how the bears will react to a man in a cage.
That's okay, I'll knock it off. Okay, is this thing loaded?
It's loaded, but it just shoots blanks. So
okay, I'll just use it in last resort. Also, why don't you give me that hammer? I can use that for protection, too.
Equipped with only a camera, a hammer, and a pistol with blanks, Heiser will have little protection if the bear should attack the cage and it begins to come apart.
Well, I've seen shark cages before in movies, but I never heard of a polar bear cage. That's it. Come on in. That's good. Easy. A little bit at a time. Get a good smell. That's it. Close enough to go to wide angle. Full frame. Oh, there came a paw in. I was wondering when you're going to try that.
The bears do not give Heiser the kind of photographs he had expected. Their behavior is all directed toward him and the cage.
Huh. Try shoving it, huh? But they didn't get it off the ground. That guy's pretty strong. I think we could get a bear out here big enough to turn this thing over.
In the forests of central India, National Geographic took an unprecedented look at the largest and most mysterious of the big cats. Filmed by Stanley Breeden and Belinda Wright, this program recorded tiger behaviors never before filmed in the wild. A natural kill, and a tigress suckling her cubs, all by wild, free-roaming animals, are seen for the first time. The cubs are 5 months old. Weaning has begun, but still the tigress allows them to nurse. It is an interlude of peace and tenderness. From the challenge of filming a deadly predator at close range, we moved to a challenge of a different sort by turning up the heat.
For more than 20 years, Maurice and Katja Kraft have traveled the world in search of active volcanoes. From Iceland to Hawaii, from Africa to Indonesia, they are often the first to reach the scene of an eruption. The Krafts are scientists, probing some of the enduring mysteries of the Earth. But they've also moved beyond the laboratory to a less conventional pursuit. Their tools are cameras, and their goal, to document the great eruptions of our time. Burning at a temperature of more than 2,000 degrees, the lava can deliver burns at a distance of 4 or 5 feet. Quite aside from personal safety, it's a photographic challenge.
We have a lot of problem with cameras near volcanoes. It's of course very hot, so sometimes you cannot touch the camera anymore. Since the acid is coming in the camera and the gases, so the film is processed in the camera before you go to the lab.
I tried to take the sound on volcanoes. It means the sound of lava fountaining and also the sound of the lava flows. And these are very small sounds, so I have to go very close. And there is a big problem of heat for the microphone, because he will melt if you go too close.
A volcanic eruptions is the most wonderful sight that Earth can offer you. I am convinced of that.
Flowing through endless miles of Egypt's desert sands, the precious waters of the Nile gave birth and breath to one of the greatest civilizations that has ever taken hold on our planet.
Through the 30 centuries that the pharaohs ruled Egypt, the people of the Nile created the most glorious monuments the world has ever seen. Among them, the largest place of worship in the ancient world. These miracles in stone were tributes to their gods and kings.
Recently, National Geographic shifted focus for a look behind the camera. We found some brave individuals risking life and limb to get their stories on film.
Mount Everest, a symbol of towering, irresistible challenge. Its grandeur has always inspired awe and noble effort. But Everest is also a killer. Over 80 climbers have died on it. Many more have come down broken and defeated. This team, 19 men, had a dual objective: to reach the summit, but also to film it, to create a documentary that would become the first National Geographic television special. The climbers were punished by Everest's devastating weather. Temperatures 20 below zero, winds blowing at more than 60 miles an hour. Climbing was hard labor. Thinking was hard. Operating the camera, even remembering the camera, was hard.
The rest of the world is just gone. Nothing matters anymore. I am going to get there if I have to crawl. We probably spent 45 minutes to an hour on top, and all that was taken up by filming, really. And filming that long, certainly you pay a price for it, and Barry's price was that he lost parts of both little fingers and his fourth finger. And then in the bivouac that night, as a result of that, he lost all 10 of his toes and part of his foot bone, and both feet. And we finally were flown back to Washington sometime end of July, I guess, that year, to get medals and awards and things. And part of this was to go to the Geographic, and they were going to show some raw footage. And all of a sudden, on the screen came my summit footage. I started to cry. I couldn't believe that it had come out. And then I remembered what it looked like. But I hadn't remembered what it looked like until I saw that. And it's because of that single-minded attitude of, you know, get this job done, forget everything else, and then you can turn around and go home.
For those travelers looking for adventure closer to home, a train ride is just the ticket, whether the journey takes you around the world or your own backyard.
For some, no doubt, steam engines are the attraction. For others, perhaps, it is the appeal of travel. Or could it be that so many share the romantic notion of growing up to be an engineer? These trains are called live steamers. Seymour Johnson loves trains so much that he donated land and equipment for a miniature railroad at his home in Montecito, California. Johnson and the local members of the Goleta Valley Railroad Club spent 17 years building their line. Today, they test their engines on more than a mile of track.
There's something nostalgic about steam engines now, of course, but the thing is, a steam locomotive is live. The engine talks to you when you're running it. You can feel what it's doing. It tells you I'm working too hard or I'm taking it easy. You can hear it in the stack. You can hear it in the sound of the blower and the sound of the fire. They got steam engines that are over 100 years old that continue to run.
There are many great train rides around the world, but not one can match the aura of elegance, mystery, and romance surrounding the name Orient Express. It ran for almost a century until its demise in 1977. Now, two men have revived the historic run to Istanbul. Names of the countries the Orient Express passes through, Austria, Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, ring with romance. Memories of mysteries like Murder on the Orient Express surround the passengers with an atmosphere of champagne and dream.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained and new rights to be won, and they must be won and used for the progress of all mankind.
12, 11, 10, retro, 9, engines go, guide 5, 4, 3, 2, econ, launch commit, go.
Feels just like it sounds.
Right away, Houston.
At last, I'm leaving the Earth, and I'm destined for the moon.
What a ride, what a ride. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Houston.
Sort of total, complete silence and that beautiful view, and the realization, of course, that you're going 25,000 miles an hour. You recognize that you're not there because you deserve to be there. You know, you were just lucky. You're the representative of humanity at that point in history, having that experience, in a sense, for the rest of mankind.
Hey, John, this is perfect with the lamp, you, and the old flag. You really should set the flag up on a hill, Charlie, but there just ain't one. I know, John. I'll put it right here. big rock.
I was proud for our country more than I was proud for me. It was nothing that I did. I just happened to have gotten there at the right time. My background carried me through. But there were a lot of other qualified people that didn't go. Why my name came out, I don't know.
And we very proudly deploy it on the moon to stay for as long as it can, honor all those people who have worked so hard to put us here and to make the country and mankind something different than it was.
It was like sitting in the last row of the balcony, looking down for that play going on. While I was in the play, it was more like I was a spectator.
From outer space to the ocean depths, we dream of exploring new frontiers and discovering unknown treasure. Mel Fisher found himself chasing such a dream for 16 years. The lost treasure of the Atocha.
In August, the recovery work on the site is continuing in full swing. The excavation of tons of silver has become almost routine. But today, August 16th, the routine is dramatically broken. Two divers are searching an area about 50 yards from the mother lode when something glimmers in the sand. It is gold, untarnished, untouched by the years. There seems to be no end to the wealth that is scattered in the sands. This is the stuff of a treasure hunter's fantasy.
I never dreamt about treasure before I came here. I didn't know a full-time job existed anywhere in the world. You wake up every day and you go look for a Spanish galleon. My first week out at sea, I realized what I was doing. Then I started dreaming about it. And then after you find gold, you dream about gold every night.
I like the ring to that, man.
Yeah.
Put up the world's most expensive xylophone.
Playing our song.
By the end of that day, 76 gold bars and discs had been found weighing over 200 pounds. Some are covered in lengths and lengths of gold chain. 2 weeks before he found the Atocha, Fisher could barely make payroll. Today, he stands surrounded by millions of dollars in Spanish gold.
That's my favorite.
Really well marked.
The sea, having decided to give up the Atocha to those who searched so long and paid so dearly for her, is now showering them with wealth beyond their imagination.
Over the years, National Geographic has found many treasures at sea, and not all of it was Spanish gold.
In 1986, a new chapter in the Titanic story began. The men and machines involved did not even exist when Titanic went down. From the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution came the research submarine Alvin and Dr. Robert Ballard, a geologist and undersea explorer. For decades, Ballard had dreamed of being the man to explore the Titanic wreck. A rare alchemy of talent, desire, and circumstance has led Ballard to this adventure. Many have called it foolish, and at any rate, impossible. July 13th, 1986. The first attempt to reach Titanic by submarine is planned for this morning. Bob Ballard and two companions will ride to the bottom in the research submarine Alvin. Alvin is a tried and trusted design. It has mapped undersea mountains, located a lost H-bomb, and now is poised over the most celebrated shipwreck of modern times.
Copy, Alvin. We are at the Titanic. Over.
Titanic, no longer lost, no longer legend. There are people aboard the great ship once again after 74 dark and silent years.
They are the largest creatures on earth, creatures of mystery, masters of a dark and shadowed world human eyes have seldom seen. One of the rarest and most awesome experiences in nature is this, an encounter with the living whale. More than 40 million years ago, early ancestors of modern whales adapted to the deep. They have flourished here, but retain a fateful dependence on the sunlit world above. Like man, they are mammals, warm-blooded creatures who must breathe to live. One thing about whales is not a mystery. We know precisely how many of them die. As for the rest, we have barely glimpsed this most extravagant and spectacular animal of all. By pioneering scientists, man and whale today are slowly drawing closer. And in these first tentative contacts, a tantalizing question rises. What does a whale do with the largest brain on Earth? Encouraged by experience with whales in captivity, the first explorers now seek the animals in their own environment. Join us now as we enter the domain of giants, the secret world of the great whales. In San Ignacio Lagoon on the west coast of Mexico, one may glimpse the more tranquil future all whales could someday enjoy. After being almost wiped out twice before receiving protection from whaling, the California gray whale has made a slow but steady comeback. Now scientists like Steve Swartz and Mary Lou Jones pursue the grays, counting their replenished numbers and observing their behavior in the lagoon.
It was traveling south.
The Swartz study began routinely, a tedious experience familiar to everyone who has tried to get close to such inaccessible and elusive animals. But then, in February 1977, something happened. Something so remarkable it seemed almost like a dream. The tables were suddenly turned. It was the whales that were investigating the scientists.
Right underneath you.
Swartz and his companions felt almost numb with astonishment as the whales grew bolder
and came closer.
Oh, there you go.
Right underneath you again.
As time passed, the whales seemed to take increasing delight in blowing bubbles, bumping the boats, and drenching the camera lens. Soon, human apprehension gave way to a kind of joyous excitement, although the whales weighed 25 tons at least and could easily have caused disaster.
Oh, hold on. It's going to start to get rough.
A creature that repels and frightens most people was the subject of another National Geographic production. There are nearly 350 species of sharks. Most are harmless to man. In their sheer variety, sharks are wondrous animals indeed.
A basking shark, weighing over 6 tons. Like great whales, this extraordinary creature strains plankton from the sea, swimming with its huge jaws agape. More than 1,600 tons of water an hour pass through the cavernous mouth, day after day, year after year. The biggest fish in the world, the whale shark, may attain more than 40 feet in length and 13 tons. It, too, is a plankton feeder, docile and generally harmless. Underwater encounters with the whale shark are very rare and highly exhilarating. The cruising giant may accommodate passengers, sometimes carrying divers for miles. Recent experiments off the California coast have addressed the problem of getting close to sharks in safety. Australian filmmakers Valerie Taylor and her husband Ron may know as much about shark attack as anyone alive. The Taylors don stainless steel suits reminiscent of medieval armor.
There you are.
All right. Okay, come in here.
Yeah, that's what their teeth do when they get on it. That's the noise you hear. And you really think it's getting into you because of that terrible noise, but it doesn't. They make these for butchers.
Valerie has invited Shark Attack numerous times to test her 12-pound suit. Each prototype costs about $2,000, but the suit's protection could be invaluable to those who are impelled to dive with sharks under dangerous conditions.
All right.
Good, thanks.
There you go, Bobby.
The scent of bait is heavy in the water, yet Valerie Taylor has to entice the sharks to feed. Once they're eating, she'll draw the bait close to her body, hoping the sharks will become confused between her and the fish. the situation gets out of hand. It's all Valerie can do to protect her face and mask. The shark strips off Valerie's steel glove and swallows it whole.
Did he damage your hand, Valerie?
Yep, he damaged my hand, all right. He got the glove off and he continued. He wouldn't let go. I don't know how bad. The thing that happened was, he got the glove off somehow. He just ripped it off. And this naked hand was in his mouth. So I put that hand in so that he couldn't crunch down on it. I did it just like that, but you can see why he got the thumb. It was sticking up.
A sweeping wilderness of sand and sun, space and sky stretches along the coast of southwestern Africa. This place of wind-whipped sand and scant rain, this parched and rippled landscape is the Namib Desert. Seemingly barren, it is unique on our planet. For these sands are home to the largest, most varied community of animal life of any dunes on Earth. Almost everything that lives here has developed in some unusual way. Like most reptiles, this sand lizard can only forage when its body is warm. Its feet are especially adapted to dissipate heat. To keep them from scorching on the hot sand, it lifts them alternately in the air. The mating behavior of these black beetles is quite unusual. Three males pursue a much larger female. It seems to take all three to subdue the female for the mating to be successful. In the endless round of predation, a female wasp has found the burrow of a trapdoor spider. She will move incredible amounts of sand to get to her prey. As its first defense, the spider has dug its burrow on the slope of a dune face, so as fast as the wasp digs, the sand slides back into the hole. Often the wasp, which may have been searching for days, simply gives up. But this time, the spider is uncovered. It has powerful jaws, the wasp a sting. The outcome is by no means certain. In addition, this spider has developed a most extraordinary method of escape. It forms its legs into a circle and cartwheels down the dune. The legless lizard forages for insects just below the surface of the sand. It is almost blind and probably depends upon its sense of smell to locate prey. The palmetto gecko can see particularly well at night, and the webbed feet, so effective for burrowing, help the gecko to move silently in search of its prey. But the gecko, too, must be on the alert for predators. And this is one of the most voracious of all. The golden mole. There is no animal quite like it anywhere else on Earth. It manages to live under the surface without a burrow, breathing the air trapped between the particles of sand. Blind, but equipped with a well-developed sense of smell and an extraordinary ability to detect the most minute vibrations, the golden mole seems to swim like a tiny shark in a sea of sand, surfacing close to its victims and pulling them under to be devoured. It hunts beetles, spiders, termites, and the legless lizard.
With Living Sands of Namib, National Geographic began a continuing relationship with an extraordinary husband and wife team, David and Carol Hughes. Modest and shy, they feel at home in remote wilderness areas. Their work reflects David's lifelong fascination with animals and his exquisite sensitivity to the nuances of their behavior.
I started very, very young watching animals. And maybe just time spent close to animals, watching them interact, gives you that kind of knowledge after a time. You just absorb it in some mysterious way. Right from the beginning, when you start trying to photograph animals or study them, that's what you're absorbed in trying to predict what they're going to do next. If you're doing a study on the behavior of an animal, you've only succeeded at that stage that that animal's behavior becomes predictable to you. And I think the same thing is true of wildlife photography. You can only really succeed when you can begin to predict what's going to happen next. Oh. Otherwise, it all comes as a surprise and you can never be in the right position and have the right lens on and be shooting at the right time. Here we are. He is so pretty.
Well, it's handsome, isn't it?
Yeah.
I used to be very nervous of spiders, roaches, that kind of thing. And one of the first things I ever photographed, actually, was a roach. And I couldn't bear to touch it. But I found out that everything is more scared of you than you are of it initially. And as soon as I realized that, then I got interested in the thing as an animal. And I've gone to the other extreme now. Maybe I'm a little incautious.
The Hugheses spend nearly 2 years making each film. Most of that time they camp out, isolated, miles from the nearest road. They love their rugged life and the challenges of their work. They approach each project with enthusiasm and ingenuity. Their worst experiences came in Central America, 17 months filming the fragile ecology of the rainforest in Costa Rica. Endless rains, fungus, and high temperatures played havoc with their equipment. David and Carol were wet most of the time and knee-deep in mud. But at those infrequent times when conditions were right, they captured on film rarely seen views of one of the richest natural endowments on Earth. The Hugheses spent 21 months at a vast lake bed that has been called the Place of Dry Water. It is the region named Etosha in southwestern Africa. For most of the year, it may go without a drop of rain. And in these times, Etosha's water holes become like open-air stages. Here, amidst one of the most spectacular displays of wildlife in Africa, David and Carol Hughes filmed in intimate detail nature's constant interplay of life and death.
The water holes appear abandoned and deceptively peaceful. But turtle doves do come to drink every morning and evening. These two are unwary, intent on their courtship. The victim is overwhelmed by hungry turtles, and it's soon over. This is called pronking. Adult springbok pronk after being chased by a predator, perhaps as a signal to regroup the herd. But in these young, it seems simply a delightful form of play. Most animals of Etosha enjoyed a bountiful time. Strengthened and renewed, they are now prepared for the long, harsh season that lies ahead.
As you have seen, we've taken many memorable travels around the planet. We invite you to join us as we continue to explore our world with National Geographic.
It's a great song to end on. That was fun. Great moments with National Geographic. It was a nice little tour of the available programs in the National Geographic back catalog. Including old stuff. That was a lot of old stuff from the 80s, including 80s Martin Sheen. Yay.
Continue your exploration of the world with National Geographic magazine. Get 12 monthly issues filled with the same kind of spectacular photography you enjoy in National Geographic videos, plus captivating stories on fascinating people and places, incredible animals, yesterday's world and today's, amazing science and discovery. You'll enjoy all this by becoming a member of the National Geographic Society. You'll also receive 6 valuable maps, and you'll support important scientific research like the Titanic expedition. To join, phone or write the Society at this address.
There's a thrift store that has, every time I go, I see they have like somebody's pristine collection of National Geographics. And I always, anytime I see a pile of National Geographics in a thrift store, I want to buy them and put them on my coffee table. But I resist. All right. That was Great Moments with National Geographic. I forget the name of it, but Nat Geo had like a spin-off magazine too in the 80s or 90s that was like, it had I forget the name of it, but it had like a green cover, and it was like kind of more of like a lifestyle magazine. And I saw one issue at a thrift store that it looked really neat, like the same kind of deal as Nat Geo, the magazine, where it's like beautiful full spread photographs of stuff. And they had an article about the new generation of women astronauts, including Sally Ride. It was like profiling this whole selection of astronauts that were all women. They had Sally Ride, and they also had was it Krista McAuliffe? Rip. But yeah, it was a neat looking magazine. Okay, who's ready for the Power Wagon? Paging Dr. Power Wagon. Dr. Power Wagon. I think it's actually the DR Power Wagon, but I'm on the edge of my seat. Oh, there's a website. The website no longer loads. Oh wait, no it does. Oh, you can still buy these things. All right. Well, let's learn about the Power Wagon. This was sent in, I believe, by West Coast Deb. It's from 2001. It's a promotional tape for the Revolutionary DR Power Wagon. Actually, let's take a moment here to enjoy this. Power Wag. The Revolutionary. Here it is. The Revolutionary DR Power Wagon in action. Hauls nearly half a ton, up to 800 pounds, with never before ease. That's all one word. Never before ease. hyphenated. Big power-driven wheels and multi-speed gear drive transaxle mounted under the bed provide amazing traction. Dump bed for easy unloading. Power reverse gets you out of tight spots. See how easily the DR handles loads of gravel, soil, firewood, and rocks over rough and smooth terrain, uphill and down. Plus, hear actual DR owners tell you how they use their DRs. From Country Home Products in Brigham, Vermont. It's a wagon that's basically the bed of a dump truck, I guess. And it's powerful. It looks incredibly powerful. Let's check it out.
We bought some acreage out to put horses on so we wouldn't have to board them. And as a result, it became a whole more work than we thought it was going to be. You have to move water troughs, trim limbs during the winter and in the spring. You have to clean out the bedding twice a year, removing all the bedding out of the stalls and putting it all back in. Really, with just a regular wheelbarrow, that's almost impossible. With the DR Power Wagon, we load all the bedding in the wagon.
Oh my God, it's powered.
Roll it through the back door of the stall.
That's why they call it a power wagon.
Dump lever.
It has a motor.
It's very easy. It's a whole new world for us. I love it. I love it.
We are sitting here on a terminal moraine from the last glacier that came down during the ice ages.
He's a scientist.
I'm a scientist, so I need to get into all this. And because of that, the land we've got is really poor. It's not the sort of land that anybody would ever have farmed in their right mind, ever.
We try to garden and raise farm animals on it anyway.
And the one thing about the DR Power Wagon that I was really concerned on, because there are lots of ups and downs, lots of hills, lots of really kind of nasty terrain here.
I'm a wagon scientist.
How it did with rocks. And it turns out the DR Power Wagon is really good for moving over rocks because it's got a very narrow wheelbase, and so you don't get jammed up on things. When you stop and think about it, and think of all the different kinds of gardening, moving devices that exist, the DR Power
dog with stick. Dog with stick. Throw that stick to dog. Dog wants stick.
Like a garden
Throw
tractor.
stick.
It's not like an ATV or anything. It is a motorized, mechanized wheelbarrow. And it's just a really, really useful device.
Dogs will carry things for you if you attach them to stick.
When we bought this property, we dreamed of building our home site here. This is our retirement home. It's going to be our last.
So far, it's just a bench.
We wanted a place in the woods. We wanted the quiet. We wanted the stars. The DR Power Wagon has made it possible to do work without opening up roads into the lower parts of our property. We've cleared trails down there. We've moved rocks. We built a little dam in the creek where we've got a little cascade that just makes this beautiful sound. So we're going to be able to sit and prop ourselves back and just enjoy the sound of nature. I just love it. I love it. It's great.
I'm not in the least surprised when folks like Mr. Miller, who have given the DR Power Wagon a try, absolutely love it. I know how they feel. Hi, I'm Dave Carr, and I'm here in the factory showroom at Country Home Products, where the DR Power Wagon is manufactured. Of all the products we make, the Power Wagon is my favorite, and yet it's probably the least well-known.
The DR Power Wagon.
I think that's because it's unique. Most people have never tried or even seen anything like it, and as a result, we hear the same questions over and over from folks who are interested in it. They almost always ask whether it really has enough power to haul 800 pounds. They wonder whether they'll find enough uses for it on their property. And they wonder, frankly, whether it's worth the price. My guess is you have some of these same questions yourself. So first, let's compare haulers, and then we'll visit with some folks who have given the Power Wagon a try and see what they've discovered.
Before we purchased the DR Power Wagon, we really didn't have much. I had a garden cart that I had ordered for other purposes.
I'm appreciating the musical choices.
It really didn't do the job at all. I couldn't manage it. I couldn't get it up the hills. If it had any kind of load on it at all, there was just no way to move it. It'd get hung up in the trees when we tried to get off the trails. The difference between using the DR Power Wagon and my garden cart is like comparing a pickup truck to a rickshaw.
I've always enjoyed doing the work. It's just very hard when you load anything into a wheelbarrow out here. We're in sand, and the wheelbarrow
How does the
would
Power
sink,
Wagon
and
hold up to
there you
piles
were.
of horse shit?
You couldn't push it any further, so I needed something that was powered. And until you use something that
I love that they got authentic
pulls your load
shots of
along, you don't
people
realize
doing infomercial style struggling with
you've been putting in with wheelbarrows and little wagons
non-Power
behind the
Wagon
tractor.
devices.
I decided to solve this bank problem I had with weeds growing and dying on the summer months on it. I decided to put cobblestone on the bank. I started the project with only a construction wheelbarrow and a four-wheel drive Kubota tractor that had the front loader on it.
There has to
I
be
originally
a
started
better
out
way.
carrying some rocks down. I've come up with the big idea to build a chute, roll them down the bank into the chute, but a couple of rocks bounced out of the chute and went all the way down the road. And I felt, well, lawsuit city, so I decided not to do it that way. And the Power Wagon has saved me a lot of aching hands and back, and possibly even from lawsuits from cobblestone rolling down to the road.
I thought
The
for a while
Power
about
Wagon.
getting some kind of an ATV vehicle.
You should
with
really consult your attorney before making legal
You know, while
claims
that
about
could
the
go
Power
over the
Wagon.
hills well enough, up and down, you know, when you've got a little cart on the back, it's not going to be working all that well.
And
So-
he was going to break his neck with it. I didn't think that that
Yeah.
was going to be the safest approach.
The nice thing about the DR Power Wagon is it's sort of has the good features of a garden cart and a wheelbarrow, and it's also in front of you so that you really got a lot more control.
The last thing you want to experience is feeling out of control while hauling a heavy load. The DR Power Wagon is designed to safely transport up to 800 pounds over practically any terrain with just a 6-horsepower engine. The load is placed over the powered wheels, so the heavier the load, the better the traction, even in soft or soggy areas.
We getting soft and soggy up in here?
The Power Wagon works quite
What's
well.
up, Golden VCR people? You ready to get soft and soggy?
That's the major reason, the only reason I bought it, because I need something to be able to go down slopes, up slopes, and in Willits we get a fair amount of rain, over 50 inches a year, and so I'm then working in sometimes muddy conditions. And with the all-terrain tires, they work quite well. I hauled at least 30 tons of cobblestone in the Power Wagon, and probably about 20 tons of cement in the Power Wagon. And since I have another 150 feet of wall to build yet, I think the Power Wagon will last through the whole project.
That's quite a project, building,
Because of the power it has, we've
cobbling and
haul
concreting that entire retaining wall.
logs, things that we couldn't carry, both uphill and downhill. When you come to a steep hill, you downshift, keeps right on going. I've had my DR Power Wagon in mud so deep that the rear wheel was actually up to the axle. I just downshifted and it just keep on going. Come out muddy, but we got out.
The DR Power Wagon runs in mud and snow and just about everything. It's really, really good that way. With the all-terrain tires, they look like things on an all-terrain vehicle, and they dig in, and you can go through some pretty nasty mud and snow very, very easily.
When we cut limbs in the pasture and things, we have to go first through this real deep sandy area, and it just plows right through it.
And these are areas that you could not get a wheelbarrow through, even if you wanted to.
No. Been stuck there many times.
Well, the thing is, when you move big rocks and you build a wall, it gives you a great amount of pleasure and satisfaction. They always say the men that have the greatest job satisfaction are people who operate heavy machinery, and I would say that's probably true. And some of the most satisfying jobs that I've done around here have been done with the DR Power Wagon, because I can move things that I normally wouldn't have been able to move before.
Yeah, you get a sense of accomplishment that you can actually see that you actually changed something. It's nice to be able to see a project.
A project is what most people have in mind when they start to research alternative methods of how to work around their property. We receive letters from folks all over the country who say they intended to use the DR for one goal and then are surprised to find that they found so many more uses. It actually ends up paying for itself in no time because they no longer have to subcontract the work.
Come on, give me some more uses.
The cost of the Power Wagon
What am I going to
on
use that thing
paper
for?
without actually seeing
Sell
it
it to
being
me.
used was a split issue with us. He thought it was a little bit of expensive to be collecting dust in the barn, and I wanted to give it a try. So we ordered it, and as soon as it got here, got it running, and the next morning I was out bright and early doing chores that I usually have to wait for him to do. When the hay would come, I had to hire the boy down the road to come and help me put hay in the loft, to get hay stacked, to move it from the truck into the barn. When I got the DR Power Wagon, we could load up to 500 pounds on that wagon and take it from the truck to the hay loft, toss it in the hay loft, and go back and get another load. So when my husband came home from work at 6 o'clock, tired, I didn't go say, okay, now go load the hay in the barn.
I think it's going to pay directly for
I mean,
some part-time help that we used to get. That
a
we're not
used
having to do
skid steer
anymore.
is
Eventually
like
pay for itself in that way.
$30,000 to
Our DR Power Wagon paid for
$40,000.
itself within the first month that we owned it, just in the
So if,
things that
you
we
know,
did. That if we
if you can get by with a
they would
Power
cost us
Wagon,
much more than we actually paid for this product.
if you're in that,
and we were able to do the work ourselves. We were able to do it
that
the way
level
we
of
wanted. We had access without
not light
damaging
duty, but not
the
heavy duty.
ecology of what we have down here.
Could be a good deal.
We use our DR Power Wagon. Last year we used it all the way around the calendar. There were projects going on all winter long.
Yes, I do use the Power Wagon more than I thought I would when I first.
You don't know that, Bella. We
considered buying
haven't finished the
it.
tape.
Use it to haul firewood.
That section could be coming up.
The trimmings in it. Probably a week goes by that I don't use it.
They really got to sell us on this thing.
I decided I wanted to have a garden. Particularly, I got interested in growing Japanese vegetables, strange vegetables that you couldn't buy in the Stop and Shop. So anyway, I decided to make a massive raised bed, and rather than to make it out of wood or anything, I decided that I'd build a stone wall around it and buy the dirt so we could have some good dirt on here, and then put it in this raised bed. So when I finally got around to doing it, I was really surprised with the Power Wagon that I could get all these rocks moved over there in a weekend.
I
And
thought it would
basic-
take him years to build this wall, as long to build it as it took him to plan it. But now we call it his one weekend wall. He blew me away. Couldn't believe it.
Oh my God, pumpkins. These are some big pumpkins.
Whether you have large or small hauling chores, wet or dry material to transport, there
It is.
is
It's a hand
DR Power
dumpy.
Wagon that will do the job. Basically, there are two different DR sizes to which you can attach two different style beds. At the top of the line is the Pro model, which comes equipped with a 6-horsepower Tecumseh Vector engine, heavy-duty stake body, and gear-driven transmission with 4 speeds and power reverse. The Pro has a load capacity of 800 pounds and is ideal for hauling large loads of firewood, dirt, gravel, rock, or building supplies. The controls are conveniently located at your fingertips with the throttle
And there is
control
so much
and brake.
goddamn text on it, so you will never
There's
forget.
a removable tool tray, which is great for carrying pruners,
Any of
your
the
chainsaw,
instructions.
oil, gas, or any other work tool.
Oh my
The
God.
optional ride-on sulky has a foot bar, ball hitch, and simple quick lock.
You can ride it.
The molded body option replaces the standard stake body and is ideal for hauling loose materials like sand, topsoil, gravel, and compost, or for mixing and hauling cement, peat moss, and the like. High-impact UV stabilized polyethylene resists damage from stones, firewood, and the elements. The Suburban model DR Power Wagon is powered by a 4.5 horsepower Tecumseh Centura
The
engine.
Suburban
Comes
model.
with a large capacity molded body and features 2 speeds forward and 1 reverse. The stake body
Oh, it's so
option is
tiny.
also available. The Suburban has a load capacity of 500 pounds and is wonderfully maneuverable and easy to use for everyday hauling chores. Both DR Power Wagon models are equipped with either manual recoil starting or with optional electric starting engines, and comes with heavy-duty turf tread tires. The extra rugged all-terrain tires are optional and factory installed.
One of the things I like best about the DR Power Wagon is that we can take it into the trees and do work. I can turn it around inside its length. I can go places that I couldn't take any other kind of power equipment other than something you carry. The Power Wagon is so maneuverable with this swivel rear wheel that you can spot it with pinpoint accuracy and dump your load exactly where you want. There's a little lever over here that enables you to just tip the bed right up and everything just slides right out, right exactly where you want to put it.
If the parking brake works well, when you stop and want to park and walk away from it, it'll hold it in place. I use the brake very little going downhill because you select the right gear ratio and you don't need brakes. Since I've owned the Power Wagon, I've never had to even check the air in the tires. They seem to hold up quite well. No flat tires. Even with all the weight I've hauled in, it holds the tire pressure quite well.
Well, I'm about 5'1" tall or so, but I think I can use the DR Power Wagon every bit as well as he can. I like to let him think that it's a he-man tool, but really I use the DR Power Wagon every bit as well as he does.
You really do, huh?
Yeah.
I think the wonderful thing about the DR Power Wagon is that you can use it
pause.
to your level of strength and abilities, that it is really good in making a big job easier.
We have both the beds.
That older couple
and
is
use
with
both.
the scientists. They're trying so hard to be cheeky.
We have a
for
good,
this promotional tape.
unexpected story about the two horses right here. When we first got them, they had not been inoculated for their various things. Our vet came and did that. The one horse, Doc, became real stiff in the neck, and we noticed he couldn't put his head down to eat his hay. So we began looking for things around the barn to get the hay up off the ground. We tried various things, and all of a sudden my husband said, the DR Power Wagon.
It's a $2,500 shelf
and cranked it up and brought
to put
it out
hay
here
on
and
for
put
your
the
horses.
hay in it, and even set one of their water buckets in the little bucket provided for tools. They stood right there, ate, drank their water. It was perfect.
All DR models are covered by our exclusive
The power
30-day
trough.
trial, which allows you to test out the DR Power Wagon at your own home, risk-free. You can use the machine on your property, and if you're not 100% satisfied within 30 days of when you start using it, then return it at our expense for a full refund, including shipping both ways.
I think one thing about the DR Power Wagon is you read all the information on it, and then like so many of us do, you go looking for the price of it. We did that as well, but we decided with a 30-day free trial, get the DR Power Wagon, see if it's worth its money. Actually, we knew after the first week because we were both already saying, boy, what a good investment that was. This is going to be great. So if you can just get past that, get your 30-day thing going, I think most people, I can't imagine why somebody wouldn't be able to use one.
Buying the DR Power Wagon sight unseen was one of the biggest problems I had with getting around to buying it because I wasn't sure whether the DR Power Wagon was going to be any use or not. So I was very reassured by the fact that they had your 30-day, no questions asked, money-back return policy, and that they'll pay for shipping.
The Power Wagon is made by Country Home Products, which is located in a small town in Vermont. We live the country life. So when you call us with questions, rest assured that we can help you decide what is right for you and your situation. Our business depends on our customers, and our customer service representatives are a friendly, knowledgeable staff who will make sure you're satisfied.
All of the dealings I've had with Country Home Products have been really, really friendly. They're like a company just down the road. I feel like I'm dealing with a family rather than in a big impersonal company.
Do you know which model you're interested in today?
When I first called Country Home Products to ask someone about the DR Power Wagon, I got a very nice gentleman on the phone.
What he was able to verify too that I was interested in was, when you get something out of catalog or something like that, and guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, you want a piece of machinery, is it something cheap or is it a piece of machinery? And he guaranteed us that it was a serious piece of machinery, and it has been. It's been real durable.
So why not try out a DR Power Wagon for yourself? Just give us a call at 1-800-711-7276, and one of our friendly customer service representatives will be happy to answer your questions and take your order. You can also visit us online at www.drpowerwagon.com. drpowerwagon.com and learn more about our 30-day trial. What have you got to lose? We are very proud of this revolutionary machine, designed solely for moving heavy, bulky loads with a minimum of
Bella, I'm going to remind you, you are a mod.
simply has never been anything like the DR PowerWagon. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
I've told all my friends about the DR PowerWagon. I've had people request to borrow it, but we've been too busy using it ourselves to really let somebody else use it. But I brag about this thing to everybody that has even the slightest interest in this, in a product like this. Let them know that it's available, and they're more than welcome to come out to my place and try it.
Normally, I don't write a whole lot of letters, but I was so impressed with the DR PowerWagon that I had to write them a letter to tell them what a wonderful product they had. I mean, I really think that they are filling a unique role here. They've got a unique device that there's nothing else like it. And it can do jobs that I can't think of anything else that can do it for the price. So, my money, the DR PowerWagon is the best thing going.
Oh, what an idyllic life they lived. The DR PowerWagon. Pumpkins. Your DR PowerWagon. That's so many goddamn pumpkins! Jesus Christ, lady. What are y'all on today? Chill out. We're here to appreciate the PowerWagon. God. Enough of this tomfoolery. Thank you, West Coast Deb, for introducing us to the DR PowerWagon. That was lovely. Loot talk is fine, you know. You just got to have a little artistry with it. Okay. No, you're fine. You're fine. Pets. See how they grow. Recommended for children, ages 2 and up. Jesus Christ. Pets grow. I was a little disappointed because I saw the title of this, and it's See How They Grow Pets. Like in a lab or something, but it's actually not. Jess, thank you so much. I have something. Emma Steen. This is going to be... This is going to be for all the lewd people. And then we're going to move on to cute, adorable cats. Thank you, Jess.
I can do it. I'm a strong dump truck. I know I can do it. Oh, maybe me and my dump truck buddies can sing our favorite work song. Ready, boys?
Fill me up and tap my load. Let me know when it's time to go. I join my buddies down the road. We'll be back for our next load. We are the dump trucks. Love to dig some dirt. We are some dump trucks. I'll be back. We are some 100-ton dump trucks. Yeah. We are some 100-ton
That was a good insemination today.
这是很成功的一次人
这
工受孕。
是怎么活着的好？
Okay, so hope you enjoyed, and thank you, Jess. All right, for the rest of today's stream, if you just talk about cum apropos of nothing, I will time you out. If you allude to it in the context of an amusing conversation, that's fine. But we don't need to just be reminded of the existence of ejaculate out of nowhere. All right, anyway, this is for kids. It's See How They Grow, Pets. I can't believe I had to allow that. See how they get up and go. Curiosity teaches puppies, kittens, parakeets, and goldfish how to grow and play their way to young adulthood. Nature at its best, its most head over heels adorable. See the first hour of life, the first shaky steps into a wondrous world. The camera allows you to be right there, and animated examples show how each animal grows in a way even very young children can understand and enjoy. Theme song performed by Rory from Sony Wonder, and oh yeah, this is the one. It's from Doring Kindersley, the DK, the same people that do Eyewitness tapes or the Eyewitness books. It's DK. So this is a similar series, but it's produced by Sony Wonder. From 1993, See How They Grow, Pets. Let's give it a watch. Play. Yeah. I think my favorite thrift store around me that has VHS tapes, and it's had a phenomenal selection. I got the first 100 tapes in the library from this thrift store, and they sell them for 10 cents a piece. I've seen 50 cents, which I'm willing to pay. I'll just be more selective. But yeah,
Let's see how they grow. Let's see how they grow.
$1 each is kind of a lot.
From their eggs, they can hardly stand on their legs. And spiders use their spinners to help catch their dinner, so they'll have more time to play.
So many JPEGs.
Let's see how they grow. Let's see how they grow. Puppies just love to chew, and their teeth get stronger when they do. All the piggies in the
Do you want the song? All right. Fine, we will record the song. Let's see. When does it start? All right. From the top.
Let's see how they grow. Let's see how they grow. We'll see birds hatch from their eggs. They can hardly stand on their
Of
legs.
the frog.
And spiders use their spinners
They're all
to help
completely
catch
static.
their dinner, so they'll have more time to play. Let's see how they grow. Let's see how they grow.
Pets.
Puppies just love to chew, and their teeth get stronger when they do. All the piggies in the puddle love to cuddle in the muddle. See the little baby bunnies with their fuzzy little tummies. There's chicken, ladybugs, even snakes can use a hug. Growing up like me and you. Let's see how they grow. Me and you.
This theme song is performed by Rory.
Me and you. Let's see how they grow. Me and you. Let's see how they grow. Me and you. Let's see how they grow. Let's see
creatures begin life as babies, just like you did.
Oh,
As they grow, they learn from their parents,
I love these animations.
brothers and sisters and playmates, and from the world around them. They learn about neighbors and friends, about new things they've never seen before, and about playing and working together.
And then they die? Are we going to get into that on this children's
Beautiful
tape?
dog. She's a golden retriever. She just had a litter of puppies. Not one puppy, not two, not three, or 4, or 5, or 6, or 7, or 8, or even 9, or 10, or 11, but 12 little puppies. One of them is me. That's me on the top, Rocky. You probably can't tell us apart. We look alike, don't we? Boy, are we hungry. We go right to Mom and suckle. That means we drink her milk.
Little nipple dog.
Move over. There's certainly a lot of pushing and shoving, but there's plenty for everyone. After we eat, Mom cleans us up. Now, it's time for a nap. Look, I'm 2 weeks old now. Old enough to go exploring on my own. What's this? I better examine it. That's what puppies are supposed to do. Whoa, it moves. It moves a lot, but I'm okay. She's thinking I'm gonna knock the basket. Oh, whoa! Uh-oh. Mom!
This is actually kind
Is there
of
a
reminiscent
ladder
of Eyewitness with the white sets and everything.
I hope I get out of here before mealtime. Otherwise, I'll be a basket case. Mom! When we're 2 weeks old, we start to eat meat and cereals as well as mother's milk. I think we need a bigger bowl. Maybe more food. Everybody really likes this.
God damn it, puppies are cute. I wouldn't want 12 of them in my house.
Are there
They're
any
adorable.
seconds? After we eat, we like to cuddle together and go to sleep. The perfect end to a busy day. I found a pile of blocks. We're 6 weeks old now, and we love to explore. I wonder if I can climb to the top. My brother Charlie is sniffing between the green and the yellow blocks. I'm climbing. Careful, Charlie. Don't make the pile of blocks fall.
Boy, if I was 3,
Is
I would be on the edge of my seat right now.
Charlie, don't push the red block. Help! Help! Up here, Charlie, up here! Well, there's only one way down. Geronimo!
Sprouty.
I think that's enough exploring for one day. Mom, you wouldn't believe what just happened. I mean, you just wouldn't believe it. Can I have a snack? Please? There's no milk for me now, though. No matter how hard I try, Mother doesn't make milk anymore. By the time we're 6 weeks old, we've been weaned. That means we stop drinking Mother's milk. need lots of exercise, and so we play all the time. Sometimes we even pretend to fight. But my brothers and sisters and I are really good friends. Being a puppy is really very tiring.
Speaking of,
I'm 12 weeks old
I'm
now.
getting more coffee.
See how much bigger my ears are and how much longer
Enjoy
my nose is?
adorable puppy tape for
my
children.
teeth are a lot sharper, too. I think I'll go off for some more exploring and let Mom have the bed. She can probably use the rest. Bringing up 12 puppies is a lot of work. I hope she won't mind that I got a little carried away chewing on the bed.
Let's see how they grow. Let's see how they grow.
Are we born yet? It's hard to tell. My eyes haven't opened and I can't hear very well. My ears can't even stand up. This is my mother. That's my brother and sister. We're just a few days old. No need to push. There's plenty for all of us. We lie close to Mother and drink her milk. But every so often, Mom gets up. She has to eat too, you know. I hope she comes back soon. Mother checks up on us to make sure everything's okay. Then the three of us cuddle together. Here I am. I'm 2 weeks old. Our eyes are open, our ears are standing up straight, and our coat and whiskers are much longer. And we're very curious. I'm ready to go exploring. But first, I've got to get out of this basket. Easy does it. I've done it. How do I get back in? Oh, great. My brother's telling on me for leaving the basket. I better get back in before Mom sees me. It's harder getting back in than it was getting out. Look out! Everyone's asleep. But I'm too excited for my adventure to take a nap. What's that thing coming toward me? It's getting closer. I'm scared. Run for your lives! Things aren't as scary when you face them with your brother or sister. Let's see what it is. Maybe there's no need to be frightened. Maybe we can play with it. I kind of like this. I'm not scared anymore. This is fun. We're 6 weeks old now, and we spend hours playing and getting into mischief. We love running, pouncing, and chasing. I guess I got a little more wrapped up in my play than usual. My brother and I certainly like a good yarn. Cat food. And now that I'm 1 year old, I'm much too big for mother's milk. I spend my days doing all the things full-grown cats do. Right now, it's bath time. And then I'll have to get busy taking a nap. I have such a full schedule.
Let's see how they grow. Let's see how they grow.
This is my house, and this is my dad. He's checking up on my mom, and she's sitting on top of me. I'm in an egg, and Mom's keeping me warm so I'll hatch. Parakeets lay 1 egg each day when they're nesting, as many as 8 in one nest. But there's only going to be 2 kids in our family. Dad can't wait to fly off and tell everyone the news. It's been 3 weeks since my egg was laid, and now I've hatched out of my egg. I'm blind and have no feathers. It's a bit chilly. Mom! This doesn't feel like Mom. Oh, it's my sister. Now we've both hatched. Breaking out of our shells was hard work. After a few days, our eyes open, our feathers start to grow, and we look a little more like parakeets. Our mother still has to feed us up to 4 times an hour. As the days go by, we get stronger, and our feathers continue to grow. And our colors begin to show. But we look a little scruffy still, don't you think? We're 5 weeks old now and completely feathered. I'm ready for my first venture out of the nest. Excuse me, one side, please. I'm trying to get out. I have exploring to do, new worlds to conquer. Wait a minute. This isn't as easy as I thought it would be. Whoa! Let me try it from the ground. Chest out, shoulders straight, and flap the wings. I've never seen a house like this before. I wonder what it would be like to live in a house like this. Hello? Anybody home? I'll just have a look around. The kitchen is very neat. I'd have to do something about the wallpaper. I think I'll go upstairs. A bedroom. That mattress looks hard. I'm used to a soft feather bed myself. Oh, this room has a fireplace, but my feathers keep me warm enough, thank you. This is a beautiful house. But I think I like mine better. Hey, what's that sound I hear coming from my house? It's my sister Sarah. Sarah can fly too. That's great. I'm gonna join her. Now we're adults. We have sharp hooked bills for cracking tough seed shells. And we come in a variety of colors. We like to get together with all our parakeet friends and have a sing-along. You can tell I'm a male parakeet by the little blue lump just above my beak. A female has a brown lump. We're very affectionate birds. We sing to each other and coo. Perhaps I should think about starting a family. On the other hand, maybe I'm still too young to settle down in a birdhouse of my own.
wouldn't think you'd find fish in a garden. But this garden is underwater, inside an aquarium. An aquarium is a house for fish. And this aquarium is my home. I'm Golda. And I'm in this little egg on this tiny branch. My egg is already grown. At first, it was smaller than a pinhead. After about 4 days, my egg hatches, and I emerge as a tiny fry, no bigger than a hair. A few days later, I'm swimming happily about with the others. After a few weeks, I'm not small fry anymore, even though I'm not very big. But I look more like a goldfish, don't I? Can you see my gills moving? My gills let me breathe underwater. I have a lot of growing up to do before I'm as big as this goldfish. Uh-oh. I think I disturbed him. I'll hide in the shell. I guess he woke up on the wrong side of the aquarium today. Is he gone yet? The coast is clear. As the months go by, I become less transparent. My scales get darker. Some even turn black. And then at last I begin to turn more gold until I become a real goldfish. Now I can play with everyone in the aquarium. There are wonderful creatures here. They don't look like me, but they're all goldfish. Look at this one. This goldfish is black. You could get lost in her eyes. She has beautiful ruffles, too. What a pretty fish. This kind of goldfish is called a redcap. He's older than me, but he's one of my best friends. We play together. And I watch and learn from him, too. The redcap and I race around the rocks. We swim side by side and explore the aquarium. I feel safe with the redcap. He watches out for me when we're together. Now the redcap has stopped for a snack. He's always hungry. I know. I'll play a game and hide from the redcap. We like to play hide and seek. I hear him coming.
Golda. Golda. Golda, I know you're in here somewhere.
Here I am. Let's play again. This time, I'll count and you hide.
Okay, anything you say.
I like the redcap. He's my best friend.
And you're a great little goldfish, Golda.
Spiders use their Spanish to help catch their dinner, so they'll have more time to play. Let's see how they grow, let's see how they grow. Puppies just love to chew, and their teeth get stronger when they do. All the piggies in the puddle love to cuddle in the muddle. See the little baby bunnies with their fuzzy little tummies.
There's chicken, ladybug, even snakes can use a hug.
Growing up like me and you. Let's see how they grow. Me and you.
Collect all 4 fascinating, fun-filled See How They Grow videos. See how farm animals grow. Pigs. Calves. Lambs. And chickens. Share their adventures and learn about their world. See how pets grow. Kittens. Goldfish. Parakeets. And puppies. Watch them grow as they play and learn. See how insects and spiders grow. Butterflies. Spiders. Grasshoppers. And ladybugs. Discover a world crawling with creepy critters. See how wild animals grow. Foxes. Pheasants. Snakes. And rabbits. It's a wonderful introduction to Mother Nature.
Hooray. Yeah, it's very eyewitness. It's also a Doran Kendersley book series. It's like eyewitness for babies. We can do one more. I was thinking about Bad Boy Altereds. It's been sitting on my desk for a while, but this is one that I want Joshy D to have the option of being here for. So, in lieu of that, we could try watching something else. Does anyone have anything? We haven't democracied in a long time. Does anyone have anything you want to watch? Can get some suggestions from the old random button. Nope, not Pilates. Not a feature films for families. What do you mean? Has it been half an hour? I just landed on TV's greatest pro baseball bloopers. Is there Train? We got Toon Train. I don't know if we have any rail tapes at the minute. Bloop. We got Super Dooper Hockey Bloopers, Sports Blooper Awards, and TV's greatest pro baseball bloopers. This one's shorter. I don't know if I'm down for an hour of baseball bloopers right now. Oh, that's right, Train Awards. You know what? I think this blooper tape has a 2-year warranty. This blooper tape from, Oh. I was trying to do the math on how long ago 1989 was. It's 36 years. I should know that. Okay. Leica, I actually had to run upstairs a minute ago because Leica was screaming, like barking at stuff out the window, and then she ran upstairs and hid under the bed. So I don't think she'll be down. It's like slightly drizzly today, so she's on edge. She had a great day yesterday. She was very playful. She sat with us on the couch. She played with her toys, and then we were just hanging out on the couch, and she cuddled and slept and was so relaxed. But today it's slightly drizzly, so she is terrified. Maybe she will change her mind, though. Okay. I think it's been long enough since we've done bloopers that we should really do bloopers. And this is a comfortable length for me. I'm going to grab this one. This is Super Dookie Hockey Bloopers, sent in by Sombre Noir. Tape number 525. Let me go find it. All right. Here we are. With a 2-year warranty, an official NHL product, Super Dooper Hockey Bloopers. Look at all of these men being injured on ice. Isn't it great? Let's check it out. Ever see a goalie make a rump save? Watch John Davidson play a ketchup bottle? Wonder what the players on the ice are saying to each other? Well, wonder no more, because Super Dooper Hockey Bloopers is here with more hilarious flubs, falls, and foul-ups than an evening with the California Golden Seals. Hold on. The California Golden Seals were a professional ice hockey club that competed in the NHL from 1967 to 1976. Renamed the Oakland Seals in the... The Seals were the least successful of the teams added in the 1967 expansion, never earning a winning record and only making the playoffs twice in 9 seasons of play. Off the ice, they were plagued by low attendance. The franchise was relocated in 76 to become the Cleveland Barons, who would merge with the Minnesota North Stars 2 years later. They were the only franchise from the 1967 expansion not to reach the Stanley Cup Finals. Okay. So it's going to be more hilariously bad than an evening with the California Golden Seals. Got it. I'm sorry. Can I just do a browser source with this? I really need to share with you. Yeah, the logo of the California Golden Seals. It's pretty great. Anyway, and there's much, much more. Board-splintering collisions, rare hockey music videos, Gretzky, Lemieux, and Zierman at their most electrifying, the best and the weirdest goals of the season, the debut of an original song on the great names of hockey, oh my god, and the clumsiest plays of the year. It's all right here in Super Dookie Hockey Bloopies. Hey, morning, Joshy D. I was saying I was gonna watch. We were gonna watch Bad Boy Altered's contingent on whether you were here, but now we're already hyped up for hockey bloopers. I was on the fence until rare hockey music videos and the debut of an original song about the great names of hockey. Have you ever heard of the California Golden Seals? It was apparently a phenomenally unsuccessful NHL team in the 70s. The back of the tape was throwing shade at them. Oh, they were renamed the Oakland Seals and then the Bay Area Seals. Before they just got progressively more generalized in their location. Yep, 2-year warranty. All right, let's do it. It's time for our final tape today, Super Dooper Hockey Bloopers from the NHL 1989, sent in by Sombre Noir. That's mostly rewound. I got to get ready for potential bangers. There are music videos. All right. Here we go. Ooh, Scimitar. Oh my god. That's a great Scimitar logo. I'm just gonna go back to the walk-in place for my next haircut. I think I'll give it a shot. If I get another really bad haircut.
Feeling a little blah, down and out? Has your world turned upside down? Cat got your tongue? Well, rejoice. By gosh, you're gonna feel good again, 'cause here comes Super Duper Hockey Bloopers.
Men falling down.
Watch Billy Smith after he plays it. That throws him off balance, and it's really his own guy, Ken Morrow, who takes him out of the play.
This would happen a lot less if they didn't insist on going out there in ice skates. Why do they play this game on ice?
This is interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Tikkanen was going for a change. Hunter had him all wrapped up, and the door just popped open.
I'm mostly enjoying the 1980s ads.
Live downstairs.
Something funny just happened. Dave Maley put on Manson's helmet as he's skating off the ice. Tucked it on and was skating off.
Shoot, save made by Gretzky. Man, oh man, or rather by, well, Hextall.
Now springing through the crowd, Archibald! Touchdown!
It's Super Duper Hockey Bloopers.
Great selection of sound effects.
Schnitzel, Austria, age-old home of Austria's cheese-making industry. And today, it's the home of the World Hockey Skating Championships.
More men falling down.
This is Dick Bucket. Welcome back to Kaiserschmutzel, Austria.
Dick
Here
Bucket.
bringing you the final stage of the World Hockey Skating Championships. Oh, you can feel the tremendous sense of drama that is building here. The ice surface is in great shape as our crack staff is, well, the rink attendants are ready. The breathtakingly beautiful freestyle competition is about to begin. Our leader right now is Greg Adams, who had this strudel roll earlier today. Wonderful strudel, look at that. Oh, but the favorite Pete Peters, trying for a difficult triple Norman, suffered a terrible fall. A disappointing break for Pete. And now, here is a very sad story. Jeff Norton twisted his toe during the compulsory portion of this event and will have to miss the artistic expression portion. Okay, back to live. Now Steve Deshane begins his program. A crossover Heimlich maneuver. Can he do it? Yes, yes, he did it. What a performance. The audience is staggered by that routine. Stevie knows he nailed it as he awaits his score. On the replay, note how Stevie holds his axis during his spin. Marvelous, a textbook Heimlich. Now, Scott Mellenby with a triple Lutz scheduled. Oh, we lost his edge. Oh, what a
I just
shame.
got the gag they're doing.
See, on the replay, you can see Scotty
It's guys
white
losing
out
control on their
all
skates
those
and
years of
they're
training
spinning
down
it
the drain.
as
A tragedy.
figure skating.
Now, Terry Karkner with the reverse
Boopy Doopers.
Yes!
Scoopy Hooky bloopers.
Klutz ever executed in international competition. Oh, wow. What poise Terry showed in his routine. And how the crowd responds to that adorable pixie. Well, the judges have awarded Terry a perfect 10. He wins the gold. What a marvelous finale to the World Hockey Skating Championships. So as we take one last look at Terry's routine, this is Dick Bucket saying Av Swedish Schwein from Kaiser Schmutzel.
Oh boy.
Hockey is a game governed by a strict gentlemanly code of conduct. Here, then, is a guide to hockey etiquette. Ah, yes, a puck in the stands is every fan's dream, but don't keep it. The polite thing to do is give it to a friend, or better yet, return it to the players. They're the people who really need it. Now let's move on to a different sort of situation. Keep your eye on the goalkeeper on the bench. There, dreadfully impolite. He should know that whenever a player's stick goes over the boards, the courteous thing to do is to simply hand it back to him. Thank you. Awfully decent of you. Many fans enjoy yelling at hockey games, but it might be more constructive to channel your energies into a rousing song.
Coach and his assistants too will do their very best to win the Stanley Cup this year and keep it in the West. And keep it in the West.
Oh my God, the Pee Wee Herman.
Poplitsky too. Honk and Lou and his wife.
And a Gilligan's Island song parody.
And Flurry, Lenny and Joe Mullen at the Saddle Dome.
I love how they didn't cut out the background music.
On your opponent is, of course, perfectly legitimate. But locking the opposing coaches in their dressing room is well beyond the bounds of good etiquette.
Well, they're going to use the forklift to break the door down, I guess. Stand back.
That room that you're seeing the forklift approach is the coach's room. And look, they are going to break it down.
Well, I hope they're not standing close to the door because they could do
Perfect timing. Wow.
Yes, in the heat of the action, the rules of hockey etiquette are sometimes neglected. But no matter what happens when the going gets difficult on the ice, it's always important to remember a little courtesy goes a long, long way. Because in the eyes of the players, the fan is always number one.
And now
Oh, hell yeah.
HTV Hockey Television's Video Vote Show.
Oh, it's an MTV parody.
Davidson.
Hi,
Yes.
music fans. John Davidson here, and you're just in
I
time.
think we saw
for our
the
Video
first of
Vote
these
Showdown.
tapes.
We've got two really fly
while
videos for you
back.
this week, and remember, it's your job to call in and vote for which video you want to win. Our first clip is by three happening NHL stars Charlie Simmer, Dave Taylor, and Marcel Dion. They make up that hot group, the Triple Crown Line. They've got a great tune called Forgive My Misconduct, so let's kick back and take a look at that right now.
You didn't think twice. You threw me out. You're cold as ice. You gotta believe me. I was out of control. I'll never break the rules again, 'cause you're my only goal. Forgive my misconduct. Forgive my misconduct. Please forgive my misconduct. Last night. You got the moves. I've been checking your clothes. I love your little face up, that's right. But I was just a little forward, and you went on me dance. Please forgive my misconduct last night.
Whoa, those Triple Crown dudes really cook. Hey, you might find this hard to believe, but that entire video was shot in just one day. Hold on, though, because they've got some stiff, and I mean heavy competition in the Video Vote Showdown from Ooh La La, those hockey rockers from the Big Apple. We've got Phil Esposito, Dave Maloney, Ron Duguay, and yours truly, John Davidson. Ooh La La's hot video, Hockey Sock Rock, is coming at you right now.
Throw down your stick, take off your gloves, grab that sweater and you're ready for love. It's the hockey sock rock. It's the hockey sock rock.
You can't convince me that these aren't the same dudes singing the same song we just heard.
I met a little girl and we danced all night. I didn't get her home until about midnight. Her daddy was so mad he nearly clobbered me. How was I to know he was a referee? It's the hockey sock rock. It's the hockey sock rock.
Oh, those moves.
Party down. How about that happening scarf on lead singer Espo? Very retro, very disco. All right, it's time for you to make your choice. To vote for Forgive My Misconduct by the Triple Crown line, call 1-800.
Yeah, this tape has a lot of character.
Dude. To vote for Hockey Sock Rock by Ooh La La, call 1-800-555-HOT. I know which one I'd vote for. Just $10 per call. We'll be back with the totals from the Video Vote Showdown later.
Did you miss out on an award last year? Maybe drop one on your head? Well, don't feel left out, because it's time for Super Dooper Bloopers Dubious Distinction Awards. Our first award goes to Glenn Healy for his Greg Louganis imitation. That's a 10. Send him to Kaiserschnitzel. To Al Arbor for, hey Al, watch your step.
Everybody really shat on Greg Louganis for seriously injuring himself that one time.
He shifts his weight to impart maximum velocity when dispensing the precious goobers to the crowd. Oh, he got great distance on that throw. And he's very pleased with himself. The Something's Always Gaining on You award to Boston's Reggie Lemelin. Look behind you.
We might have to liquid hole.
The Blues' Greg Millen had the heads-up play of the year. What a noggin knocker. Passing combination of the year, Hextall to Mantha. He scores! The If Only I Could Play That One Over plaque to New York's John Van Beesbrook, who was fooled by a sudden gust of wind. Pokey Reddick, the NHL Stick-Up Man of the Year. The Unselfish Player of the Year award to Ken Danico for taking himself out of the play neatly. The Group Activity Award to Alan Kerr for taking everyone out of the play neatly. Coming up, a nifty bit of stick handling, which earned John Tonelli the Leave It to the Good Hands People trophy.
Oh no, stick.
And finally, the I Coulda Used a 9-Iron award to Larry Robinson. Larry, next time, keep your head steady on the follow-through. Did you ever think that hockey players have musical names? Here's songwriter Dick McCormick's Names of the Game.
For action.
Yeah, all right. We're just gonna go ahead and see if this is worth recording by recording.
Larry, next time, keep your head steady on the follow-through. Did you ever think that hockey players have musical names? Here's songwriter Dick McCormick's Names of the Game.
For action, for hard hits, hockey's the game. It's got the Stanley Cup, it's got extraordinary names. Quackenbush, Dead Marsh, Hector Marini, Zarley Zalapski, Zelio Topazzini, Cleghorn, Titanic, Poopa and Grip, Kraft, Check and Crashley, and Tugnut and Kid. Hockey's got the fascinating
Tugnut.
you ever heard. Some names strain your brain, some names tickle your ears. Yuri Sirwa, Can of Geezer, Lavender Waters, Coffee, Beers, and Beezer, Baldy and Bronco and Newsy and Ching, Rocky and Teeter, Boom Boom and King. Hockey is talent. Hockey is guts. Hockey is the names that make you say what? Every good fellow, Fiddler and Dunk, Hoke and Lube, Vulcan, Hap, Ems and Bun, Gump Worsley, Dit Clapper, Fern Flamin, Moose Vasco, Turk, Mud and Zombo, King Kwong and Zuhako. Hockey is the game where the thrills are.
I'm assuming that all my fellow Americans like me have no idea who these people are, but that every single Canadian watching this knows all of these people.
Packers been corny and just good enough. Some play meticulous, some play insane, but the names of the game, oh well, what's in a name?
I'm afraid I never heard of Morris Titanic.
Most people never hear the conversations that go on at rink level. But now, thanks to Super Dooper Hockey Bloopers sophisticated sound equipment, this forbidden knowledge will be yours.
Chicken and black bean sauce, 1 order dumpling.
No, that's what the linesmen want. I want spicy, crispy sea bass.
Okay, spicy.
Oh, good, it's bad lip reading. 1989 edition.
Okay.
Mark, you're a young kid, but it's time you learned about this. This is called a helmet and a face mask, and I think you'll find they protect your face from the puck. You'd like to have your face protected from the puck, wouldn't you?
I'll try it. Yeah, I'll try it.
Call!
L'chaim! All right, Murray, this is a triangle. Creighton, what's this?
Another triangle?
Right, 2 triangles. Kind of looks like a big M. Next time out, Pythagorean theorem. Now, go get him.
So I fooled him. I faked to the left, right? Then I slipped it up on the right. So he was flabbergasted, I tell you, he was flabbergasted. It was unbelievable.
I've never really looked at the ceiling before, and yet I find it's really quite beautiful. So complex, yet so simple. Maybe I should have become an architect.
You think you're so smart, don't you?
Oh, leave me alone for once.
Oh, yeah? Who won the Oscar for Best Actress in 1979?
It was Sally Field for Norma Ray.
Okay, I'll give you that. But what about Best Picture in 1983?
Easy. Terms of endearment.
I hate asking you movie trivia.
Hey, I didn't start it.
I don't know who made these.
It's hard to imagine what hockey
But I
would be
love
like
their
without
energy.
radio and TV announcers, the men who make the game come to life. So let's rev it up and listen to some high-octane calls from the guys who give full throttle to the fastest game on earth.
Oh, that was a Sony Watchman.
Cesarelli McRae with a drive. Rebound, no. Rouse with a shot, he scores! There's Eiserman now between the circles. Eiserman pulls up inside the line. Nifty move there to get away from Marsh. Look at Eiserman. Sends it in front. Score! What a play by Eiserman.
The situation would be right as Peters heads off right now. Hextall stops it.
Look out.
Down the ice. Will
Got
it
a
make
chance.
it?
He's got a chance.
He's got it!
Yes, sir.
Ordina's after it on the boards. Comes over to McDonald. McDonald, he scores! 1000 points!
Richer à Corson. Corson contourne le filet. Veut remettre devant ici le but. Est-ce que le disque a dévié? Je présume que oui, il n'avait presque pas d'arme.
Lead for Lemieux, he's in. Lemieux alone. Wade with the glove.
Into Taylor. Out of the corner. Centers. He scores. Number 99.
Gets it to Eiserman. He's got an open net. Got far with him.
Look what he did.
Hey, wow.
Flipped it over him. Here's Ray Bork over the line. Closing. Holding. Shooting. Scoring. Ray Bork.
Of course, some hockey announcers have their weird side too, but we won't go into that. And some announcers have their own special way of helping you visualize the action. Take, for instance, Pittsburgh's Mike Lang.
Can't find anybody. Coffey comes back and goes to Lemieux, and he shoots and scores. Mario Lemieux gives the Penguins a 1-0 lead, set up by Paul Coffey. You ain't nothing but a hound dog there as Lemieux gets the tally. Lemieux shorthanded, going for the hat trick. Lemieux breaks into Gachevre, makes his move. He shoots and scores, and he beat him like a rented mule. The Penguins have tied it at 3. Steal by Erie, goes to Lemieux, walks right in, Bob to Bob Erie, and he missed the net. Oh, great balls of fire. A 2-on-9, and Bob Erie simply missed the net. In and up the corner boards, comes in, shoots and scores! What a great shot by Davey Hannon. Oh, Michael motorcycle. Forward, shoots it. It's stopped by Young. He'll drop it off, way behind the net. 1 second, and it's all over. It truly is a hockey night in Pittsburgh, and you can buy Sam a drink and get his dog one, too.
I feel like cliches are an important part of the sports announcer repertoire.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.
These are some really good sports announcer
And now
cliches.
back to HTV's Video Vote Showdown. Take it away, JD. JD.
Hey, JD back with you. Hey, let's have a look and see how the voting is going in the Video Vote Showdown between the Triple Crown lines Forgive My Misconduct and Ooh La La's Hockey Sock Rock. I'm sure those calls have been pouring in, so let's have a look at the totals.
This was the same gag when they did this in the last tape. I love it.
Yes, well, we'll just clear this thing up and be right back.
You're all familiar with the sounds of hockey, but our microphones have picked up some sounds you might not have heard before. Have a listen.
And they're off. Purple Mountain with Grail goes for the lead, has it by about a half.
It's a lot of fun with dubbing. Bing, bang, boom.
Equation 200 by 85. That's 17,000 square feet of open ice. Divided by 12 hockey players, that equals some pretty heavy hits.
Ice violence.
If the action on the ice is a ballet, then the action in the stands is a poem, which brings us to an ode to the hockey fan.
Go to any hockey game, and in the stands you'll see fans both young and old, fans like you and me. There are guys and dolls, girls with dolls, even guys with dolls to see. But the prettiest doll of all is in section 53. You'll see fans in search of love, fans in search of the spotlight's glare. You'll see fans in search of little Danny. He's under these seats somewhere. A slapper from the point. Look out! It's headed straight in my direction. Oh, that's okay. I'm prepared. I brought my own protection. Hey, look, I'm on TV. I must be sure to wave. You never can tell when the camera will strike, so never misbehave. A hat's the height of style. Some models are quite striking, and call to mind old Mexico, or the terror of the Viking. It's late. Your team is down by 1. It might be time to pray. Perhaps a bit of intervention can help to save the day.
This segment was in a different hockey blooper tape that we watched.
Having fun's the key. So stand and
But I like
cheer
it.
your favorite team on to victory.
Now back to John Davidson.
Maybe this is the same
of the HTV
video vote too. I don't remember.
Ah, this is it. We've got everything cleared up now, so we're going to
It
see
must
how
have been a
you
while,
voted
'cause I-
in the big video showdown. Here are the
I
totals.
faintly remember seeing a segment like this. It's It's just been forever. We've watched too many tapes.
Love that sax player. Doesn't anyone want to vote? Those numbers again.
Oh, the catch-up sax.
A call. Yes, 1 vote for Hockey Sock Rock. Thank you. And Hockey Sock Rock wins our video vote showdown. Thank you, Espo. Okay, dudes and dudeses, that's all. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh, dudes and dudeses.
The new season in haute couture is almost upon us once again, and this year's fashions promise to be as excitingly innovative as any in recent memory. What will the well-dressed joueur de hockey be wearing this winter? Fashionable goaltenders everywhere are sitting up and taking notice of a new trend. Helmets and cage masks are out, and headbands are definitely in. Nice look, Kelly.
Thanks.
And while some players have taken to wearing a bonnet for those glamorous nights in the penalty box, others, believing the eyes are the mirror of the soul, are turning to the mysterious look provided by a dash of mascara. Asymmetrically applied, of course. Just remember that to take it off, use plenty of cold cream.
Does playing hockey involve
Belts
getting
are
hit
red
in the
balloons
eye
that
by
players are
speeding
casting off.
pucks?
Suspenders and t-shirts are perfect for the lean, stripped-down
Because that
aesthetic
seems
of the
like it would
90s.
hurt a lot.
But many of the more macho types prefer to strut their stuff with the armored look, where form follows function. Here's Timothy, looking jaunty in his home whites, but daring enough to accessorize with a matching red sweater from a friend's ensemble. Hoods and cowls are popping up all over the place, inspired perhaps by the recent Batman craze. And then there's the peekaboo look, clothes that work with style. Ooh, très chic.
Spectacular players like Wayne Gretzky have
what are they
kept
getting
hockey
up to up in
fans
that
on the
Canadian
edge of their
Shield?
seats for years. And while bloopers are fun to watch, great plays are what hockey's all about. So now let's count down the top 10 goals of the year. First up at number 10, Winnipeg, Doug Smale.
With one hand on the stick, and shoots and he scores!
Next on the charts at number 9, Toronto's Al Iafrate.
Iafrate is right in! He scored!
At number 8, a crossover number climbing the charts, New York's Tony Granato.
Round Duchesne, pretty move. Around Duclair, he scores! Tony Granato! What a move!
Number 7, a guy who's a hit from coast to coast, LA's Bernie Nichols.
Out of Nichols, slashed by Butcher as he cuts in. Gets right in. He scores! Great goal!
Moving up fast at number 6, that talent from the Steel City, Mario Lemieux.
And such is life against Mario Lemieux.
Spinning up his latest and greatest at number 5, Chicago's Dennis Savard.
Crowd loves it. Savard moves around in front. Score!
Number 4, hard-working Mike Allison.
Allison still reaching out, trying to kick it behind the net. Allison still with it. Wrap around, he scores!
Coming in at number 3, Motown's red hot, little Stevie Eiserman.
Look at Eiserman. He shoots!
Look at
what a play by the captain!
Making a big jump
Golden
to number
BC.
2, the Islanders' Pat LaFontaine.
Fontaine took the puck from him. Look at the moves by LaFontaine. He scores! I don't believe it!
And now the top goal sweeping the continent. Once again, Motown's own little Stevie Eiserman.
He's in. Oh, he's coming right in alone. Big shot. What a goal. Wow. There's one for the highlight film.
Oh, you got that right.
No, I have not. I have not heard of One Nation.
Forget that this is a blooper tape. So let's count down the top 10 weird goals of the year.
Some drum and bass vibes. Sounds very 90s though.
A diabolical carom arouses uncontrollable twitches in this poor soul, causing his fears to become reality. Did you know that some pucks have a mind of their own? They can make themselves virtually invisible to those on the ice. The unfortunate Pete Peters shows why goalies are afraid of shots that go bump off the post. Do you believe in fate? Predestiny? Then perhaps you
Neat,
understand
yeah.
why some
I like,
pucks go in the way they do.
I just appreciate what a time capsule VHS is. There's so much stuff on
One
VHS.
side desirous of being saved, the other.
It's just a snapshot of
the horrific
a pre-algorithmic media
Another
landscape.
example of past lives shaping present events. I can't speak for you, but as for myself, I have a strong feeling of deja vu. Here's a strange case of reverse psycho-misidentification.
So we just have
this particular goalie can't overcome
way
the
too many
urge to
tapes.
soar on his own net. Hockey arenas are home to ghosts. They've caused pain
a variety
for
of
some, but pleasure for
genres
others, as
and
seen in the
categories.
hit musical Phantom of the Rink. A classic case of collective team misidentification that leads to chaos. We are now in the realm of the senseless. Can any good come of this? When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, goals will rule the planet. But don't worry, hockey will still have its stars.
It's a countdown of great hockey shots with
all we
a
have time
Age
for.
of
We hope
Aquarius
we've made you
reference and a
laugh a
Dracula accent.
And we hope you've had your fill of bloopers for now. So let's just say that until next time when we tee it up again, keep your skates sharp and your eye
Remember public domain black and white visual gags? Oh, and the James Bond song.
Nobody does it quite the way you do. Why do you have to be so good? Nobody
does it better.
Makes
you feel Nobody does it half as good as you. Why beyond the man? This is not quite a Oh, I'm sorry. Loud environment. Sound levels hit 90 decibels. Sorry. My own watch has told me to shut up. The thing, I was trying to sing along with Carly Simon so that it wouldn't, to help our bod's chances of not getting blocked. But the problem is, it's not in my vocal range.
The New York Rangers. I'd just like to know one thing. How do you get these things to stay in your ear, Sam? You get a specially molded out of my ear.
So I can quickly shift down an octave, or I can just scream to try and maintain a high pitch. Neither one works very well.
Napier into the Detroit zone of a Sharp. Oh, Sharper! Sharper's almost scored on Stephen. He had to make a big save.
This is great music. Pretty inspired for 1989.
Shepard's pass over to Napier. Napier the pass in front. Oh, Defleck. Sharple's almost scored in his own net again.
Oh, God, was it that bad? No, I'm
bring in
good.
my colleagues now. We've got Mickey Strader and
My watch gave me a
Dave Strader and
volume
Mickey
warning.
upstairs. We're gonna cut it.
I was trying to sing Nobody Does It Better. And the watch immediately said,
Real man sport.
Oh my God, it's Mr. T.
Hockey, I tell you. Now get out of here. You find my seat.
Mr. T must be so tired of doing the Mr. T character. Leica did not show up. No, she's written and performed by Alan Thicke. A donation in the name of Alan Thicke has been made to a diet. Wow. Wild. Both of those songs were written by Alan Thicke. Amazing. Yeah, she was barking earlier, and I ran up, and she scurried under the bed. Hey. enjoy those channel points that don't seem to do anything because I have my own competing system of points. You can click the little button and you get more, right? That's its own reward. Well then, this has been Super Dookie Hookie Bloopies, and this has been broadcast 150 of Golden VCR. Thanks for being here, everybody. We've had not only hockey bloopers, we've also seen how they grow pets. We learned about the DR POWERWAGON and all the, frankly, horrible, ungodly things you've all imagined doing with the DR POWERWAGON, which I don't want to hear any more about. And also, great moments with National Geographic. A lot of good stuff today. Thanks for being here, folks. I'll be back Wednesday for another attempt at a fitness thing. I'll either do something that doesn't require weights, or I'll make sure I have some lighter weights. Yeah, until then, thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Have a good week. It's almost the end of January. 1 month down. Keep at it. Keep at it, everybody. Hang in there. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Bye.